All right, guys, I'm back here at day two. I've been working on the 55. Worked on it yesterday all day long and got it basically taken apart. Got everything uncovered. The sheet metal off that galvanized sheet metal off the floor and all that. And I want to show you guys what I got to start with. So I'm going to show you what it looks like now, and then I'm going to start cutting metal out and fixing it, putting it back together. So we'll see how that goes. I found a couple surprises, but it's not really a surprise for a car that's 70 years old. I mean, it is what it is, but I think I can fix it pretty easily, or at least fix it. And, we'll see how it goes, but let me show you what I got so far. All right. Hi, Bear. What are you doing, Bears? Uh-oh, we're upside down. There we go. Okay, let's go back. Let's go in here and take a look. I got the interior out of it, got it cleaned up, and I pretty much showed you guys the front of this thing already. I mean, the front floorboards are basically gone. The middle section there is not bad in there, but this section here definitely needs replaced, so I'm glad I got that piece. And right there you can see a brace that goes up underneath the car. There's another brace right there, another brace right there. They're all rotten, but I got all new ones, so it's no big deal. Anyhow, one of my concerns I'll show you, I know it's hard to tell, but this right here is actually the rocker panel that has already been replaced, and it's pretty solid, so I'm trying to leave it if I can. But we'll see if I can figure out how to get everything attached to it, because unfortunately they cut a section of it off that should have gone to there. They cut that little section off, and I'm not sure if I'm going to get it to work or not, but we'll see. So that's the driver's front seat where it was, and I mean you can see the passenger seat over there too. But even the floor pan in the middle there on the passenger side isn't bad, except for towards the outside. And then we got here's the rear passenger or rear driver's floorboard, and actually it's in pretty good shape. There's a little hole. Well, no, that's not even a hole. That's where there's a place in the middle from the factory. I'm not sure why it's there, but it's there. But there's not really any rust in this section right here. I'm probably going to go ahead and put a new piece in there just because it's probably weak. And it's rusted, out here. So I'm probably just going to go ahead and put the whole new piece in there and get that taken care of. And then we got a nice giant hole right here, which is typical right in front of the rear wheel well. You can see the rear wheel down there. And I do not have these pieces. I didn't know they make them, but they make a piece that goes basically all around there and covers this. So I had to order those, so I'll get those in a few days. But I'm going to go ahead and replace them too, because I'm trying to do this thing right. So I want it to look nice. So that's what we got on the driver's side back rear seat area. All right, and I did get the trunk open. I had to crawl through the trunk and force it open, but I got it open, and I got it cleaned out, and surprisingly enough, the trunk is actually in really good shape. There's very little rust in it. The spare tire well is rusted out, which is typical. They typically hold water and rust out. But I got a new one of those to put in it, so that's not a big deal. But like this all up in here, that's all just surface rust. I've cleaned it up and it looks pretty nice. I do have a hole through to the inner fender there, right there. But again, that's a patch. I can patch a piece of metal in there, and then I can show you. This is the area where the trunk latch is at the rear bumper, all the way across, and it's rotted out, which is typical. But again, I've got. I don't know how good you guys can see this. There's my dog Bear. I got a valance panel, and this is the last 10 inches of the trunk, which includes the piece that goes down behind the bumper. And there's also a brace that goes under here that bolts to the frame on either side. And I've got that brace too. It's sitting over here with some of my other parts. But I mean, this trunk, if you look at it, it's really not that bad. I pulled the latch out because it was rusted, and I got it soaking in some rusty grease or stuff. rust dissolver, but you know, it's not that bad of a trunk. It's pretty clean considering it's 70 years old. I need to take and remove all this body seam sealer and treat that with rust killer and reseal it, but I think it'll be okay. Took the taillights out, they aren't bad. Still got all the lips all the way around. They're pretty good. This piece here is rotted, but I can put a new piece in there. This one here is the same way. It's a little more there, but you know, I mean, this piece here I can cut it out and it's just a piece of strap. So, but I mean, this one here, you can see it's in pretty nice shape. You know, I'm surprised for a car that's 70 years old that these are this nice. But it kind of tells me that this car probably spent at least part of its life inside. I would guess that probably once they painted it, whenever they did this paint job on it, and they patched the floor pan up and they redid the interior on it, they probably had it parked inside for a while and enjoyed it. And it may be a low mileage car too. I don't know. It's showing like 53,000 on the odometer. I don't know if that's true mileage or not, but I'm not saying it is. I don't know. Anyhow, let's go over here to the passenger side. It's a little worse. This is the rear seat area. You can see rust holes pretty much everywhere. So I'm definitely going to cut this whole thing out. And we got another massive hole here, but again, I've ordered this piece. And then we got this that I found last night. This was all about two and a half inches thick of body putty. They just slopped a bunch of body putty in there over the rust and sanded it to match the contours of the door and left it that way. I'm not going to do that. I like things to be right, and it needs to have some strength, and that's not going to give it any strength. This is kind of funny. I'll show you this. So if you take the back door and you move it, see the rocker panel moving? There's literally nothing holding the bottom of this rocker panel in at all. So it's completely gone. And again, this rocker panel, you know, this has been replaced. I'm not sure how good a job they did when they replaced it, but I'm going to clean it all up and remove all the metal, all the rusty metal from the bottom side of it, and then I'll be able to get to the bottom of it and I'll clean all the rust off it. And if it's solid, I'm probably just going to leave it there because I think it's going to be fine. I hope it is anyhow. And I bought rocker panels for it, outer rocker panels, but these are, I guarantee these are a lot thicker metal than the Chinese ones they make today. So I'm going to try to keep it if I can. I may have to do some modifications, but I'm going to try to keep it. This is the driver's side. Not driver's side. The front seat, passenger side area. And again, the floor's rotted out, but I got that piece there. The middle section, again, it's okay up in there, but you know, this bottom section's rotted out, so I'm going to probably replace at least part of that. And then, of course, the inner rocker is all gone and everything, but again, I can cut all that out and fix it. There's a brace, goes right there and goes up into the cowl area, and I've got those braces too to replace those with. So, like I said, I've got pretty much all the braces for this car. The two rear ones, the one that's behind at the back of the front seat, and there's one back here you can't see. They run all the way across, but they make end caps for them. Matter of fact, there they are right there. There's the end caps. So you just cut them and you weld the end caps in place. And there's my floor pans. Actually, I'll show you these real quick. Let's see. I want to show you this. These are floor pans I bought off eBay. You can buy a pair of them for like 115 bucks. And I want to show you how nice they actually look. Pretty nice in here. I'm surprised they looked as good as they did. But so when you put that in there, I mean, you can see that actually fits pretty well. You know, I've got this gap right here, right there, that I got to figure out. And I think what I'm probably going to do is that lip, it goes down then back up. I think probably what I'm going to do is just straighten that lip out and try to reach out to this. Or I can bend that down a little bit and move it this way, and then get this to slide over and make contact with the outer rocker panel. So I don't know, we'll figure it out, but I mean, them pans do fit pretty good. That's just the rear one, of course. So I got three. I got this one, I got that one, I got that one. Actually, I got four because I got this one here that I ordered. So I'm going to put four pans on each side. It's kind of a pain, but a new floor pan is like $1,300, $1,200, and it's like, I don't know, $200 or $300 to ship it. and it just doesn't really justify it on a 4-door. And, you know, this is extra work, but I got more time than I do money, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to weld these panels in, and when I'm done, it'll be solid. I mean, I'm not worried about it. The transmission hump all the way across is fine. There's nothing wrong with it. You know, and that's typical of them because that, number one, they're up further up. They don't get the road grind that the floor pans do. And number two, a lot of times they get dirt, oil thrown on them from the transmission and the rear end and stuff, and it kind of keeps them from rusting so bad. So anyhow, that's where we're at with that today. I'm going to get started on this thing. I do have a Hobart plasma cutter that I'm going to use today. I'm going to try it out. I just bought it. It's not new. I bought it used off eBay, but I'm going to check it out and maybe show you guys how it works. But so this is where we're at so far, and we'll get started, and I'll make another video when I'm in progress and show you how things are going. So, all right, thanks for watching.